Okay, jumping in now from the breaking news desk, because while most of us were sleeping, a political bombshell dropped. We've now learned about a fourth criminal indictment against Donald Trump. Late last night, a grand jury in Georgia handed down 13 new charges against Trump for his alleged role in attempting to overturn election results in that state. And the judge unsealed the documents. So we know that these new charges include felonies, including a RICO charge most commonly associated with accused mobsters. Trump now faces a total of 91 charges across those 4 indictments. Now, he must surrender to authorities by August 25th. That's next Friday. 18 of his allies also face charges in this indictment, including Rudy Giuliani. Live for the breaking news desk, I'm Roger, Suzanne, and Nicole, Wendell.